Oh, hi again, everyone. Just a few technical glitches this morning. Okay, got there in the end. Oh, goodness, it must be Sunday. All right, I'll just give it a minute. I can't see if anyone's online. Good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm not sure why can't see who's online. Oh, we have a few people joining us now. Good morning, hello. Hi, Naomi. She's watching with no noise. Hi, Susan. Hi, Christine. Naomi's driving today down to Melbourne, so she's got a big 8-hour drive ahead of her. Welcome to Sunday of the Natalie May Extravaganza Crafting Weekend, and what a fabulous weekend it has been. We've got two live demonstrations coming for you today. You've got me this morning, and then you'll have Sandy this evening. Um, good morning, Michelle. So, if you haven't already, please make sure you're part of the Natalie May Scrapbooking Creative Community, as well as obviously liking and following the main Nat May page, which you are, because that's how you found me here this morning. Just a reminder, today's the last day of the NMX Extravaganza sales. So we've got 15% off all these wonderful things, pattern paper, all in Create, which is what we're going to focus on this morning. Minte 3/4, 49 Market, Simple Stories, Paper Rose, Uniquely Creative. Don't forget the clearance section. I'm going to show you a couple of things in the clearance section today. And of course, Christmas. And if you've already placed an order from Thursday, anytime over the weekend, don't forget it is the no judgment shipping, just pay for postage once. Good morning, another Michelle. Good morning. Excellent. All right, guys. So today I thought we're going to play with some All and Create. I really love All and Create. Naomi actually used some of the ephemera last night. She used this, but the colored version. So this one is called Life Flutters and it's the black and white monochrome. So we're going to have some fun with that. I've also got some fabulous little stamps. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. And, keeping in line with this month's ATC theme, let's play with some mushrooms. I also have some of the layered washi tape that Naomi used yesterday making a card. I have the Hotline Ring one. So I'm going to show you what I've done with that and a couple of the other ephemera packs. I'll just put them over to the side. We are going to make some tags. And I'm going to show you. Good morning, Mandy. I'm going to show you. I have quite a decent collection of tags. I think I've become known as a bit of the tag queen in the brand ambassador space, which is really ironic because when I first started mixed media, I never saw the point of tags because I don't put them on gifts, but now I'm actually obsessed. So what I thought we would do today, this is just one of my containers of tag books. We would construct a couple of tags together and then I'll show you how I put them together. And as you can see, I don't always use a ribbon. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends what I want to do. Sometimes I put beads on, sometimes I don't. Again, it's sort of just how I feel, what surprise I've got in front of me, what the overall look is I want to achieve. A tag book I recently finished, I use the wider tags. So they're a little bit wider. These are the Art by Marlene ones. And the Art foamy stamps. I have to have everything that's a dog. So I definitely had to get the dogs. And yeah, put this little beauty together. So they're really fun. They're just a nice little thing. And actually, a friend of mine commented that they make really great gifts as well. Like if you've got a friend, family member going through something, you can make them a little affirmations tag book or something. So I think that's really neat. Good morning. Good morning. Janine, is it? Janine. Good morning. Welcome. For those who did stick around yesterday, what I always have on hand is blank tags right in my reach because whenever I have any leftover product or paint, I'll grab a blank tag and I'll start to build up backgrounds. So I've always got a container of tags that a background has sort of been base started. As you can see, I have quite a few. Then I have a container of tags that I have finished, but I haven't yet put into a book yet because maybe, like these two don't sort of go together. I kind of like my tag books to have some kind of theme. Um, and sometimes it's just because I've been a bit lazy. My Salem girls, I love them. So yeah, I've always got tags on the go. This tag is actually one my 9-year-old daughter made as a present for me. And here are the Radelaide girls tags that I made. So yeah, these are beautiful. Oh, excuse me, that's just my dog. Sorry, everyone. They've seen a cat or something out the window. Matt's going to come and check them out. Um, this is the Studio Light Victoria Dreams set on clearance at the moment. The paper pad, the friend pad. Go and get your hand on them because they are really lovely. I've done a couple of things with them now as well. Oh, sorry about my dogs in the background there. So I've grabbed a couple of backgrounds that I have pre-created. Good morning, Mona. Good morning, Marlon. Thanks for joining us. Sorry about the dogs barking in the background. And I thought we would have some fun creating with All and Create today because I want to make a full All and Create tag book. So I thought we would start with this little beauty. Isn't it cute? Design. I think it was part of the Halloween release. Yeah, it must be have a halo of a Halloween. So I was thinking this could be my front and back cover. And when I went through my backgrounds, I kind of liked the way these two were the contrasting and the, heaven and hell kind of situation. So I thought we'd have a play with them. And as promised, I was going to colour this last night. But Vicky in last night's live said, no, 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 please do it on camera. We love to see it. So I've already coloured the angel in. As you can see, the wings, I just did the darker grey in the shadowy bits just to give it some dimension. So we'll do the devil together this morning. So, of course, we're going to want some reds, and I think a black, some orange maybe. Good morning, Karen. So I'm actually using my Neo Color 2s this morning to colour in my devil, I think. Oh, which red do I want? Let's have a test and see. Yeah, that's pretty good, I think. It looks like he's wearing like little devil pajamas. It's very, very cute. So these are water-soluble pigment crayons. Just got a bit on his hand, that's okay. Dina Wakley Scribble Sticks are very similar, and they're actually bigger. And there's actually, I believe that Dina Wakley that you can get from that, there's more color options as well, and the price point is better. But I do like the Neo Color 2 as well. So I sort of flip between them two. I often use them together as well. Cute little booty. And to use any kind of water-soluble crayons or pastels or even the Stabilo pencils, I'm just using a water brush. So you fill the brush up with water and then you squeeze it to release the water and that activates the pigment. Here we go. I do personally prefer this way of colouring in my stamps. I have used the Art by Marlene duo markers, but I don't know, I don't feel like I've got as much control as I do with the water soluble crayons, like the scribble sticks and the neos, because if I go too dark with the texture, it's kind of too bad, so sad, like it's on the page now, you're done. Whereas using pigment with water, I feel like I've got more control in how I can manipulate colour on the page. So happy with that as a first layer of red. Good morning, Daphne. Good morning, Robin. Hello, Sandy. Just got back from a walk. Oh, good on you. I've been yelling at the dogs all morning because they woke me up too early for a Sunday. I wanted a bit of a sleep in, and at 7 a.m. they were jumping all over me. So wasn't to be, but that's okay. I'm just going to give him his skin. Is anybody crafting along with me this morning? I must admit, it does feel a little bit odd to craft so early in the morning because I tend to not do it until like the day's routine is over. So I've done, the cleaning, the food shopping, been at work. So I often am crafting under lights. Well, I'm always crafting under lights, got my lights on now, but it's actually really nice to have the window open today with the sun coming through, although it's very overcast. Don't forget his little ear. Tuned in a bit late are these scribble sticks. So these are not scribble sticks. These ones are called Neo Color 2s by, I think it's a French word, Caran de Char, the brand name there. I'll bring that up a bit closer. They're called Neo Color 2s. Aquarelle. They have two sets. I think the Neo Colors are not water soluble. They're just more like actual crayons. Excuse me. And then these ones are the water soluble version. So Nat doesn't sell these. Um, Actually can't remember where I got these from, sorry. Now, I was going to give him a red cape, but I think that's like red on red on red. So I want to break it up a little bit, I think. With a bit of black would be good, but not too heavy because I don't want to lose the details in his cape there. You would have seen, for those that were able to tune in, Sandy did a tag yesterday as well. It was fabulous with the collage papers. I have to say I wasn't going to go that dark. That's quite dark, but that's okay. It's all about going with the flow, right? So when I'm colouring a stamping like this, I'll do my initial layer with a lighter version of the colour, and then I'll come back in and just sort of go over those shadow bits to give it some more depth. We're going to do the same now with his pajama pants. So I'm going to call them pajama pants because that's what they look like. So I'm going to use a slightly darker red, and I'm going to come in and just give a little bit more detail around like the folds in the material, and just to give it a little bit of interest as well. So we're not looking at like a flat colour on a flat stamp. It gives it a little bit more depth. But I think we'll give him little red cheeks. Use my finger to blot it out. Oh, he's blushing. Little devil's blushing. Good morning, Susan. No crafting here late last night, so I had to sleep in. Oh, lucky you have a lunch to go to. Oh, very nice. Well, I think Sandy and I are the only ones doing videos today. I think Nat deserves a well good day off rest, so I hope she's doing that. So I'm going to come in at the top with a bit of orange on his pitchfork, and then we're going to finish it off with some red. And we're going to try and blend them a bit so they don't look like two separate colours. So we'll just do a bit of blending. Hopefully you can see that okay. Oh, there we go. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. And I might just pop. Oh, should we go? Let's go like a dirty gold. We'll just do that little zipper tag. There we go. Awesome. I'm pretty happy with that. So we have an angel and a devil to work on for our covers, which is going to be fun. So let's open some of these ephemera packs. Maybe we'll start. Oh, there goes my washi tape. We'll start with this one. So this one, Nat does have it in stock. She's also got this stamp in stock that I just used. I made sure to find things that were in stock because products are running out the door, team, and I'm living for it. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Shirley. So this one is on Create Ephemera. It is called Fungal Crypts. So I thought it was good timing to use this considering our current ATC themes are mushrooms, mushrooms, mushrooms. Although by this weekend, you guys are probably going to be sick of looking at mushrooms, right? So I pulled out two background options. I like both of these. Now, these were created using Tim Holtz Distress Spritz. So I just laid a heap of tags out. I got a heap of my spritzes out, and I just started layering and coloring. So you can see here I used Uncharted Mariner on this one, and I think another darker one. So I thought we'd have a little play and see what's going to work well, because it's great to have the same color, but see how it sort of blends into the background. And we've got a lot of blue mushrooms, so maybe this tag is the one to go. Might pop the blue one aside. Love mushrooms. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think are these mushrooms? Some of these look like toadstools, but for the sake of our ATCs, I don't think we can be pedantic with semantics, can we? 84 different colors of Neo Color twos. And you don't have all the colors. Oh, wow. I didn't realize there were that many using your adult coloring in books. Yeah. I really enjoy using both the scribble sticks and the Neo 2s. Oh, look at that. That's really cool. A bubbly bubble. Well, I like that actually. I like this backpack. There's a smaller one. Choo-choo. That's a bigger one. What I really love about the ephemera packs you get from All and Create, oh, a little green. You're going to have a little green. Is just how many pieces you get, and that there's no fussy cutting. I mean, it's me, so I don't live for fussy cutting. But the options you get and the amount of different things you can make. So you can make tags, on card fronts, on art journal pages. Often what I do with Naomi is she'll buy one pack in a release, I'll buy the other, and then we'll use a little bit and then swap. So because there is so much in each pack, you can do that. So if you've got crafty friends close by, it's a handy little tip. Go halves in things. Same with stamps. Like Naomi literally lives 2 minutes around the corner from me. So often we'll have a look at a new release and go, right, well, I'll buy X, Y, and Z, and you buy A, B, and C. And when it's a reusable like a stamp, we just borrow them. So that makes life easier, doesn't it? But of course, we can't always do that either. Yeah. And Naomi and I are a bit terrible at Um, even though we do live so close and we work in the same office, we don't actually see each other that often in person. We're mostly virtual talking. All right, so I think we're going to get some layers onto this background to start us off. I think we use some Natalie May. See what I'm looking for. The ephemera pack is very cool, isn't it, Naomi? Here, I don't think she can hear us though. What do we want to look at? What do we want to look at? So poor Naomi in her live last night, she went a bit over. And then I was like, oh no, I thought we really had to like stick to the schedule. Um, so because I didn't actually end up getting to finish my journal page on camera yesterday. And I felt a bit rushed. So I'm not going to feel rushed today. I'm just going to I'm going to answer questions. If I go over, I'll hang around a bit longer to finish up as best I can, because I'd really like to show you, I use that one. I'd really like to show you guys how to construct a tag book, which was my main purpose of today. So I think I might use this one. So this is a Tim Holtz, and this is a Vicky Booten stamps that we're going to use this morning. Now, because my background was created using distress spritz, anything that says distress means that it's water reactive. So if I come over the top with any kind of water or any kind of liquid, the pigment is going to move. So I need to be really careful that I don't overpaint this, or that I don't overwork it. Otherwise, my pigment underneath is going to change and move. But because we've got that green mushroom and a blue mushroom, I think I might spritz through a stencil, and we'll see. We'll experiment together, team. We'll have a little experiment and see how it goes. So I've got peeled paint is green. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, Naomi can hear us, and she never meets her schedule. Well, at night, go for gold. Thank you, lovely. Yeah, I wasn't sure how strict we had to be on that. So I'm not going to stress myself with it today. Oh, Michelle, you love it when we go over. Need to learn more and are more detailed. Oh, that's really great to hear. So distress always means that it's going to be somewhat water reactive. Before I start that, whenever you're using any kind of spray, make sure you've got a wet wipe. You want to spray the nozzle. have actually had a few clog up because, I'm not a cleaner. I don't clean my stencils and stuff religiously. Oh, that looks good. Very subtle in the background. Um, so it clogged the nozzle up. The gloss sprays, Dina Wakley gloss sprays that happened to me pretty badly, and there's actually a couple I can't use. I'll need to get replacement nozzles for. So always make sure you've got the wet wipe on hand or a piece of paper towel or just something that you can wipe the nozzle down with to improve the life of your sprays. Just like that. See, and now it's all clean. Um, the other thing you can do is use isopropyl alcohol. Um, if you pull the spray nozzle part and the tube out, lift this up carefully, you can sort of clean it out like that as well, is another way you can do it. But the ideal way is don't get it clogged in the first place. Oh, I really love that. Look at that. I'll bring it up a bit closer. So these distressed spritzers, they do have an absolute shimmer to them. And I love that. Look at that. What a lovely background so far. Like it, like it, like it. This background is pretty nearly complete. So I've obviously thrown some paint down. I've done some stenciling. I've done some words. I think I might. What are we going to do with this one? I won't use mushrooms again. I think I'm going to go to this um, monochrome set because I'm in a really big black and white phase. You might have noticed some of my journal pages recently have all been mostly black and white. And I think the contrast with the really bright background could look pretty cool. Yeah, no, who does? Yeah, actually, someone predicted that you'd go for an hour and a half, didn't they, last night, Naomi? And you did to the letter. I love it. I don't actually clock watch though when I'm watching other people. It's only when I'm doing my own lives. I just love sitting and watching everyone craft especially while I'm crafting. It makes me feel very relaxed. Oh yeah, look, there's mushrooms in here too, and toadstools. Oh, and a little birdie, little bird with some flowers in a nest. I think we might have to use that. That's cute. Live what you love. Oh, that's cute. And big flowers. Whoops. I used to have a little tray to throw my ephemera on. Look, more mushies. I like these flowers. Wouldn't be complete without some sort of butterfly. So see, I like the contrast here, but I think we do need to add something to the background before we start putting that ephemera on. I think I am going to stencil just a little bit. And stencil or stamp? Maybe it's stamps that I need. Let's have a look what we've got up here. We've got the Won't Let You Down. Yeah, Karen. It was Karen, wasn't it? Yeah, cheeky. It's almost like she knows you well. Excellent. Alrighty. So I'm using the Won't Let You Down stamp. This is an updated stamp. I've still got the rubber version as well. And what I'm tending to do now is use the cling stamp for my inks and the rubber stamp for when I want to stamp with acrylic paint. I still clean them afterwards regardless. It's really important to do that with any stamp. If you leave acrylic paint on your stamp, it will clog and then you won't be able to get a proper stamped image with it anymore. So I will clean stamps. And I really, really love the dots in this set because of all the different sizes of them, right? You're not just bound to one size. I love these massive ones. I've been using them quite a bit, but these medium ones as well are pretty good. I'm just going to go into some of the gaps here. Yeah, whoops, stuck to it. Off the page, off the page. There we go. So we've still got the beautiful bright colored background. But now, like if I put that flower back down, see how the contrast sticks out a little bit more because we've got that middle layer of black stamping going on. And I think the next thing I'll do here is some splatters. So this is a Dina Wakley gloss spray. I'll just find my splatter brush. I think it would stand out being a splatter brush, but it's always the hardest and trickiest one to find over here. There it is. No, that's not it. I lied. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness me. Where's the gone? Is it already sitting in front of me on the tray? That would be funny. Looking for something that's already there. Oh, come on. Brush, brush, brush. If you guys weren't watching me, I would have found it straight away. Or does this just mean I have too many brushes? Maybe that's the problem. I found it. Huzzah. Hello, Claire. Welcome. Did you have a good sleep, darling? I know you were up late watching Sandy's live yesterday. So I love Dina's gloss rays, but I also use them for a cheeky cheat. Well, it's not a cheeky cheat to do some splatters. So put it in. I'm just gonna splat around a bit. I don't want too much because I said I don't want to take away from the contrast that I'm trying to build. So that is enough, I think. Excellent. I often make tags in this sort of production line kind of way because I want to try and let some of these layers dry naturally. So let's move on to these dudes now. And it's a good way to make a bulk set of tags in one go as well. Alrighty, I don't really have a plan for these guys. Just trying to find my scissors. Can't find anything today. I know I want her there and I want him there, obviously, and some sort of, you know, naughty and nice kind of float going on. I'll get rid of that very quickly. Because they're sticking together. Um, yeah, and these were done. I think that's actually Nat's new magical set, Go Girl, and these are also magical. So again, I now need to be careful with what I put on top of them because I don't want to like be gel medium collage paper or anything. If I wanted to use gel medium, I should have done it. I should have put the collage paper on first. Actually, Naomi might be able to answer. If we put a layer of gel medium on those magicals now, it will move the pigment, but then will it seal it to stop it from moving a second time? I actually must admit, I don't think I've ever tried that. Okay, so fussy cutting. I'm not the cleanest fussy cutter. I don't go right to the edge. I like to give myself a little border of room for those moments where I do get a bit too close. I'm not cutting anything off important. And the best tip I can give you for fussy cutting is move the paper, don't move the scissors. When you move the scissors, it sort of rips and tears the paper, but moving the paper, the scissors sort of just glide through it a bit more. And there we go. Oh, look, I cut a bit of it off. That's all right. And we'll just round that corner up. So I'm thinking this little one is going to be flying high up in the clouds like that. Naomi, it will smudge it. Yeah, I wouldn't put a layer on top. That's what I thought. That's why I've never tried it. So once you've got magicals down, that's, you then risk moving the pigment if you do put any other sort of liquid on top of it. All right, our little pajama wearing devil. He's so cute. So how fussy am I going to get with the pitchfork, do we think? Probably not very, knowing me. Nat released a set of cuttables, I think, last year for Halloween, and they were just gorgeous. But my goodness, they were like gothic chandeliers and mirrors, and they just had all these tiny, tiny little thin things coming off them, and I just went around it in a circle. I didn't want to. I didn't want to try and fussy cut essentially the width of hair. Try and keep his ear. There we go. Alrighty. And there's our little devil. Oh, he is cute. He is cute, cute, cute. Okay. Now, I'll just move some of this ephemera. I've made a bit of a mess, guys. Sorry. Oh, what we could do maybe, just remember that anything we put on top now is going to move it. So this is going to be a bit of an experiment. I've not layered a distress spritz over magic book before, so why don't we find out together what's going to happen? And you looking for a stencil. If we use the same stencil, so this is Natalie May's new release from the Radelaide Girls stencils. And I don't want yellow all through the page, but just sort of want it at this top bit, so it's like, you know, the light from heaven shining down. Let's give that a little go, see what happens. Bearing in mind, this might not work. Oh, yeah, okay, so I made mud. Of course I have. That's okay. We can live with it, we can adapt, and we can move on. I could have told myself that was going to happen. Oh, but look at the stencil, look at the shimmer in it. It's lovely, isn't it? That's all right. If I just leave that to dry and don't mix it too much, it's kind of not mud, it's kind of goldy, so it's not brown. So I'm okay with that. Pop that over there to let it dry for a hot minute. And then for our devil, oh, he needs something dark, doesn't he? And I think what I might do with him is we might go some stamping, some black, heavy black stamping. So I'm going to pull out medium arcs. Oh, my scissors. Yeah, I've had a few pairs. This is my absolute favorite pair of fussy cutting scissors. They are a little bit more on the pricey side. I think they're around the $36 mark. I only use them for fussy cutting. I've got other scissors for cutting things that have heavy glue and stuff. These are uniquely creative. I love the side of the handles, but they are super, super sharp. And I've got the little cover too, to help keep them protected in my pencil case. All right, I'm thinking mixed media marks is going to be good for our little devil because I want him, he's going to be really grungy. Setting the world on fire. Oh, move those out of the way. Oh, thanks, Amy. Yeah, it's when I first lifted it up, I thought it was really brown, but it is actually more gold. So I'm happy with that. But of course, the reason I should have known is because blue, opposite sides of the color wheel, when you mix opposites, they make mud. They make brown. I don't have a problem with the color brown, but I'm not going for brown on that page. So it wasn't really going to work with what I wanted. But part of working with mixed media, I have found is try to let go of being a perfectionist, like go with the flow. When we're testing things and experimenting with things on a page, that's the mindfulness part, right? That's the letting go, that's the thoughtful process of why we're doing it. There have been many tags that I've thrown out because I didn't like the end result. There have been many journal pages that I did not like because I didn't like the end result. But the process and what I was feeling at the time and the lesson that I learned while doing it, I take into other projects or I take into other things. So no project I've ever done was not worth it. They're all worth it for their own reasons. And I think the thing to remember is just not to be so hard on ourselves when we are creating. We're not comparing with each other. We're not, oh my God, did you see that? That was crap. That's not what this is about. Oh, I like this. You might have him standing on them. Yeah, okay. Gonna get a decent amount. Oh, yes, he can stand on them. Look at that. Perfect. And some little crosses because, you know, you're only there if you've done the wrong thing. Excuse me. They are 15% off. Oh, but scissors? Oh, even better. If you don't already have a good, decent, sharp pair of fussy cutting scissors, get them while they're on sale. Oh, Susan loves them too. Wendy, you still trying to learn to embrace the imperfections? Yeah, it can take time. It can absolutely take time. I'll tell you what, let's see how we're going for time, but why don't I bring out my very first art journal for you all at the end of this? And Wendy, hopefully that'll make you feel a little bit better so you can see where I started from. I mean, some of the reason for that is because I didn't have like a lot of supplies. I think I started out with a $5 pack of watercolors from Kmart and an adult colouring in book and an old notebook. I didn't even have proper collage cardstock or anything. So part of it was supplies, but part of it was just knowledge and learning. And then as I watched more and I grew and I learned, I developed my own style. I developed, I took techniques that I was learning. Oh, I really like that. Oh, I like him. He's going to look good. All right. Is this pretty much dry? Yeah. Let's get back to our mushrooms. So yeah, it can be a hard thing to let go. But remember, you don't have to show anyone the parts that you don't like, right? The things that you do that you think, that didn't turn out the way that I wanted. That doesn't look as good as I thought it was going to. All right. Okay, I think I want to do something crazy, everyone. Let's do something crazy. Knowing that I have distress material down. I am being super crazy today. If it doesn't work, not the end of the world. We're just going to give it a go. Mushrooms grow like in caves and in darkness, so I want to darken up the top bit up there. And I think I want to do it with one of my favorite stencils. Uh, Now I'm going to get it wrong. This is not, don't overthink it. Oh, is it? Now I'm overthinking it. Yes, it is. It is. Don't overthink it stencil. There's also an accompanying stamp set, which I also love. But let's get crazy. Let's be crazy. I'm going to use Pitch by Art by Marlene. Do I have a wet wipe on hand? I think you all, well, most of you might know what I'm about to do. I'm going to do some, I think some people call it reverse stenciling, other people call it shadowing, but I'm just going to add some black paint, and I did not get enough out. Never get the right amount. It's either too much or not enough. Now, when you're doing this technique, you do kind of want to work pretty quickly, especially in summer and on hot days, because the paints do dry pretty quick, especially Art by Marlene's. I think hers dry the fastest. So we're going to put our stencil on with a wet wipe, and we're going to start rubbing in between. That's what's called reverse stenciling, because instead of getting the negative side of the stencil, which are the gaps in the hole, we're getting the positive side. You don't want your wet wipe to be too damp, because then you risk ripping and tearing your paper, depending on what sort of paper you're going on. I'm going to lift this up. Wow, look at that. Nice. Very, very nice. That worked really well. So I'm using the one I've been using, the wet wipe I've been using to mark on my clean off on my nozzles. So it really wasn't very damp. As you can see, the background color hasn't come through because of the pigments that I've got underneath. I'm just going to wash my black paintbrush. But that's okay. That's kind of the effect that I was going for. And now what I think I'll do is we might get messy with our fingers to finish this one up. So I'm just going to put a bit on my finger, a bit more over there. And I'm going to come down. This is something I learned from Tammy. She does this with a lot of her journal pages, uses her finger with black paint to create the border. So that just brings, because before it was like this big black blob and this beautiful shimmery, interesting thing down the bottom. Doing that, I've just sort of connected the two pieces together. So now they look like it's a bit more purposeful and intentional. Nothing I do turns out the way I wanted. I always make mistakes. But I've learned something I may not like somebody else. That exactly, Michelle. That's exactly right. And yeah, my husband's just talking in my other ear, and he said, we're our own worst critics as well. So it's like with my handwriting. Okay, so I never handwrote on journal pages because I think my handwriting is horrible. I think it looks like a middle school kid's handwriting, and I was really ashamed of it. Learning to embrace my handwriting was probably the biggest hurdle that I went through with this. And now I actually do that more often than not, use my own handwriting more than I don't. Um, because it's something I'm proud of. And again, these journals are for me. They're my journey, they're my thoughts, they're my feelings. So I think there's now my mindset is I think is something quite special about having my own handwriting as as the main pop on the page. Oh, there's a bee. Oh, how cute. But yeah, we're always learning something, right? And it's the way that you're not going to ever get any better at something unless you practice and make those mistakes. It's one thing to sit here and watch me make a mistake and learn from it. But when you make it, there's that personal connection to it as well. You might be using wipes that are too wet. Yeah, that is actually a problem. Lots of people talk about wringing your wipe out before you do any kind of reverse stenciling because if it is too wet, you can rip and tear the paper. I use the Aldi brand paper, the Aldi brand whites, the Mamiya ones. I find Huggies are way too wet, and I don't ever have to wring the Aldi ones out. So there's a tip for you for anyone if they shop at Aldi. I like the bee, but I don't know if I like it for this page. Um, I find it tricky to do. Yeah, the ABMs they do. Just squeeze it out in a piece of paper towel first. Yeah, exactly. Or use gesso. Yeah, that'll stop it from lifting the paper. Exactly. So these are all the things that we learn along the way, right? And you know what? Sometimes I forget. I get so into what I'm doing. Oh, that saying. Um, that sometimes I forget the little tips and tricks myself. Oh, okay, I think I like that a lot. What do we think? I don't want to add too much. Maybe something that we can go up the side a bit, maybe. Oh, there's crystals. I can see some crystals in there. That's pretty cool. Big love heart. Mm, no, I don't like that. Mushroom. Do we add another mushroom? Do I get mushrooms out? I did. Mm, no, I think that loses the bird too much. Maybe I don't need anything. Maybe I just don't need anything. Maybe I'm overthinking that. Or do I get rid of the quote? See, I could spend a very long time here sitting and fussing about where things are going to sit on a tag. I don't want to do, oh, this is what I want to do. I think I want to get rid of that love heart and add the crystals because there's also another flower there. I think that's the winner, hey? Up here. It's all full of sunshine. All right, cool. Now that I've dragged all of these ephemera out, sorry, you're going to have to watch me put them all away because I don't want to lose them. Parts up the side. Oh, that's a good idea. It might be too big. Is there a small? Oh, there's smaller ones. Okay, now I'm just going to pull them all out. There's smaller hearts. Look at that tiny little one. Yeah, that was too big. You're coming off with the crystal. Yeah, thank you, Naomi. Good call. I've gone back and gessoed over mistakes. Exactly. Exactly. Paint and paper. Nothing that can't be fixed or removed in some way or another. I used to have this thing where you think, oh, it was expensive, like my paintbrushes, right? I was just using Kmart cheap paintbrushes. And that's like, buy yourself some nice Art by Marlene ones. And, I've got the Dina Wakley ones now. Like, oh, but $36 for paintbrushes. And I was really reeling at the cost of that. And he just absolutely laughed at me. So my husband does miniature modeling and painting. How much are your paintbrushes, Matt? About $70 each. Each. And they're like tiny, tiny, tiny little paintbrushes. So he wants this full set of, oh yeah, here's another one. Um, Winsor and Newton. And how much is the set? $500 or something? for 6 brushes. So yeah, ladies, don't feel bad about how much we spend on paintbrushes because my husband spends more. That's all right. He's saying get a partner in tabletop gaming and it'll always cost more than our hobby does. All right, before I start sticking those beauties on and we move over to this side, how long have I been going for, Matt? Matt? Huh? How long have I been going for, babe? Oh my God, have I already been going for an hour? That's crazy. There's just no way. Seriously? Jeez, ladies. Goodness me. Is this a black and white version of the ephemera? Yes, it is. It is, Wendy. It is the black and white version. Where did I just put it? The exact same set, but these are the black and white, and it's called Life Flutters. I've got the coloured set as well. I bought that a while ago. I love it. I've used it on many, many tags and a few ATCs actually. So some of you would have it as well. All right, I'm going to put him there. See, I'm trying to be a bit more reserved with my, oh no, we don't want to stick out too much, and I'll explain why in a minute. A little bit more reserved with my glue use because I used to like go around absolutely every edge, and since watching Nat and that create, they just do like a little spot in the middle. And I was like, yeah, that's probably wise. I probably use way too much. I'm just cleaning my brush that had the black paint on it. Sorry, everyone. All right, now perhaps at the side. I want to do this. Yeah, there we go. Great call, Naomi. All right, so because I know this is going in a tag book, I'm being careful. Normally, I don't mind when things go over the edges of my tags, um, depending on what I'm using it for. But I know this is going in a tag book, and I know that we're going to have to construct it. So I don't want it. I don't want things going over because it'll just be harder to construct them. All right, let's come back over here. I don't know if I love the trunk. I do think he looks pretty good there. Maybe it's the bottle that's out of place. I think it might be the bottle. Yes, it is the bottle. Leave the bottle out. To leave the lid up on your Huggies. Oh, that'll dry them out for you. Oh, that's true. I don't think you want to dry them out too much though, right? Don't do there. Where I want him yet. So I like the red mushroom. Is that a mushroom or a toadstool? I think my favorite's the little green one. My favorite color is green, so that could be the reason why. Please, gonna go in there. Oh yes, looks really good. I like the art style of this particular set. It reminds me of a video game that I play called Borderlands. Very similar art style. All right, so I'm going to pop the bottle away because I just don't think it's not adding anything to my story. In fact, it's kind of taking it away. It looks like it belongs somewhere else. So he's going to go away. And we're going to add a quote to this one. A handwritten quote. We're going to be brave. All right. And it's going to be, is that dry enough? I hope so. I ruined so many white paint pens in particular by being impatient. So we're going to say mushrooms. Mushrooms are a, it's still a bit damp to write on. Reminder, I wrote this quote down earlier, that sometimes growth happens in the shadows. Yeah, there we go. I'm happy with that. When that dries more, I might come back over with the white pen just to clean up the quote a little bit. This one feels a little bit incomplete. Can't decide why yet. Let's move on to these two, finish them up, so I can show you how to put the tag book together without going way, way, way over time. All right. Now, I was thinking with this one, of getting some, so this is some cheesecloth. I think I bought it at like a jug store, like a dollar store. No worries, Sandy. Which pack am I using now? Good question, Wendy. So that pack was called Fungal Trips. Everything I'm using today is all in Create. So yeah, not a problem, Michelle. Oh, I'm sorry that you're not feeling very well. Please go have a little lay down. And I've absolutely gone over time, so it's totally fair. But I am going to show you guys how to construct the tag book next. So if you are interested in that, do make sure you come back and check out the repeat. So I was thinking of getting some cheesecloth on these two in their respective colours. So we want to go, oh, we want to go red. What have I got? Barn door. And I think we'll use the same colour that we stenciled through before. And move these out of the way. So I'm just going to split them a little bit. That up. To colour them. Ideally, you probably want to wait until they dry. But I'm not going to sit here and make you wait till things dry today. Hello, Emily. Thanks for joining. And we're going to go barn door on this one for our little devil. We're making tag book today, Emily. I'm nearly finished the last couple of tags. And then I'm going to show you how I personally construct a tag book. Wipe that up. And move my Coke. Sorry. My Coke sitting there. All right, while we give them just a minute to dry. So what I'll go through is what I've prepared already. So this is the start of my tag book that I constructed last night. So everything in here is all in Create stamps or products. I've got my little girl and dog hiking. I've got the beautiful mermaid here. And I'm hoping you can see what I've actually used there is the Funky Fossil Stella Paste. These are currently in the clearance special with a decent percentage off. So if you don't have any, go and grab some. They're really, really cool. And they give that beautiful effect. Again, all in Create stamps. That's one of my favorite sets, the Little Busy Bee one. Here's a little bit different. So this stamp is actually, I think it's on special at the moment. It's the retro TV, and it's actually, it came out with the Christmas set, but you can use the TV for anything. It doesn't have to be Christmas. This one here is the layered washi tape. So I built the phone into the background, and then I have used 2 packs of ephemera to build it up. So I've got the beautiful butterfly called Luminous Flutter, and there's just heaps of them in there. And this is probably one of my fave All and Create packs. I've used it many, many times. It's called Mauve Delights for that tag there. So the tags that we're making today are going to create the last 2 pages of this book and the front and the back cover. Pop things out of the way. All right. So I'm going to stick. Now, does that make it look too dirty? I think that makes it look too dirty. It didn't really get the gold effect there. So maybe on hers and the angels, we'll just go with plain cheesecloth. Yeah, I think that looks better. But I want his to look dirty and ratty. I mean, we're in hell, right? So playing with the devil. It kind of looks like bloody gauze, doesn't it? Oh dear. Oh dear. I do like it though. Not that I like gore. Yeah, that's just telling me that I'm way over. I have 3 minutes. No, okay. I want to show them how to do the tag book, so we're going to keep going. I'm just gonna. So I'm using the, I think it's called the Tiny Attacher, the Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher. One of the best tools I ever invested in. I'm very, very happy with it, and I use it all the time. Partially because I'm a little lazy. I'm going to throw that out. I don't like it. It came out too brown. Yeah, partially because I'm a little bit lazy, but also because it's just quicker. It keeps things like cheesecloth and other bits and bobs down really well. Now, I want to use that step set, Proud Angel. Just to give her. This is Funky Fossil Galactic Wanderer. I think this is an old set. I'm not sure if you can get this on it anymore, guys. Sorry. I like some of these. Oh, you can dry the heat cloth with the heat gun lightly and it will get lighter. I did not think to do that. That's very clever. Guess I was just worried about it burning, but thank you, Naomi. Remember that for next time. I'll put that there. So I'm just trying to replicate the pattern that's already in the background. I don't want to add too much. I don't want this to be as busy as the devil one because I want there to be the contrast, not just in the colors, but also in the scene and the layout. But honestly think that's all I'm going to do to hers. So I want her, I keep saying her, it could be a boy angel. Yeah, just to be lighter in that minimalist feel. I don't normally go for a minimalist feel in the way I do my crafting. But there you go. Alrighty. So let's get these little bits on. I'm going to use Couture Creations adhesive foam dots. I use these all the time now. I always used to glue things down, but I'm actually slightly now obsessed with these. And the price point is really good. I think they're like $4.50 or something for a pack. So really easier than glue, quicker than glue, and the price is right. There you go. Because I am going to use these guys for my front and back cover, I'm not actually going to put borders on them. I am going to try and find a quote thing, and then we can construct. Then we can wrap up. Losing signal. Oh, no worries, Amy. Thanks for joining so far. There is a quote in here that my daughter laughs every time she reads it. I think it's that one there. Here it is. Good girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice. So I think we'll put this on the front with our angel. And then because our by Marlene quote books, you get 3 pages of the same quotes in 3 different colors. I've got this quote twice. So I'm going to use the black version now for my devil page. And the quote finishes off by saying, but me, I'm made of gin and ice. Thank you. Because he's a bit of a cheeky devil. All right, cool. So, anyone who's still sticking with me, first of all, I appreciate your time. Secondly, have any of you made a tag book before? Has anyone actually done it? So, I'm going to show you how I do it. There are lots of different ways you can do it. There's no right or wrong. It's about what you like. Okay, so I've already showed you, I've made my base. The way I do it is I get a piece of cardstock and I cut it about 4.5 centimeters wide, and then lengthwise, I just want it to fit within the edge of the tag, like this. Okay, so I don't want it to go up to the corner. I need it to fit there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fold that bad boy in half, like so. Okay, you can use I think they're called bone tools to strengthen it, but Naomi taught me this trick. Art by Marlene brushes, the angled end, built-in bone tool, just like that. Brilliant. And I'm just finding the next thing we need. Sorry, I should have had that out already. Emily, you haven't made one. Oh, you haven't either, Julie. Sharon has. Oh, that's the wrong one. That one doesn't work very well. Ah, here it is. Yeah, lots of different ways you can do it. This is just my go-to way to do it. I do actually have a YouTube video on my page that will go through this slower, or you can come back and watch this at any time. So I tend to do 10 tags per book. I've done 6 before. The main key there is you need an even number, right? Um, and what we're doing at the moment is constructing the final pages of the book. So I've got double-sided tape here, cardstock. I go to 4.5 inches because I kind of want inches, sorry, centimeters, 2.5 centimeters, because I want sort of 2 centimeters coverage on the back of each tag, but then I've got to account for the middle fold as well. So I give myself just, that 0.5 centimeter wiggle room in each direction. Now from the line, I'm just going to throw on some double-sided tape. It doesn't have to be double-sided tape. You can use sticky glue, you can use stick glue, whatever works for you. The only thing with any kind of liquid glue, it just takes a little bit longer to dry, is all. I'm going to put it in, and I'll bring that up. Hopefully you can see. See the crease? I've left the crease free. We need to be able to have room for the other tag to sit in here and still fold over. Push that on nice and tight. Double-sided glue. Back down the other side. Get the second page. Now, it's really difficult. You want your book to line up, right? So instead of trying to place it on this side immediately, I'm going to line it up upside down with the other tag. Not all tags are made exactly symmetrical or even. I just go as close as I can. Then I'm going to bring that cardstock over and push down. And that is your set of pages, like that, like a little book. Once you've constructed all your sets of pages, then we're going to come through and put the page sets together. I tried making one once. I think it was a massive fail and it ended up uneven. Oh, look, uneven is not a problem because you can fix uneven, you can trim. You can see here, like this page underneath, it doesn't fit. Again, it's sort of that perfection piece, right? It doesn't bother me when things are slightly askew or not perfectly aligned. But I also understand that for other people, that is a bother. And neither is right and neither is wrong. My suggestion would be, if you really want your tag book to be perfectly aligned, is to cut the tags yourself. Because even the Art by Marlene ones, or probably actually the Art by Marlene ones are probably the closest to being absolute symmetrically the same, but not all tag books are. So to put my pages together, double-sided tape on the back end of the book. And now I'm going to come up and start with one corner and work my way down until I think that's all even, and then I'll press the page like that. And see, I break my rules all the time. Look, I've got the butterfly wing flicking out there. I didn't know whether these were going in books or not, so okay. So that's your tag. That's the bulk of your tag book, right? Now we've got this problem here. So that's what our spine's currently going to look like. Oh, yours was really, really uneven. Well, there's slightly uneven and then there's really, really uneven, I suppose. But happy if I can give you some tips, Wendy. I'd love to see you give it another go. I really, really would. So I don't want to see white strips as my spine. So what I use is some duct tape. Now, oops, just I'm just knocking stuff over left and right. I've got these really funky colors. I think these were Bunnings 3M ones, but I found a rainbow one at Officeworks. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Today I'm going to use green. As most of mine, you can see I've used a lot of it. Most of my tag books have the rainbow edge. Okay, so this not only covers the horribleness that I feel like I don't like the look of that, but it also reinforces the book as well. So you'll get less spine damage. So we're going to take a bit of tape off, and the same as our sorry, the same as the cardstock piece that you folded in half. You want it to only fit on the one side before the turn of the tag. Now that's still a little bit too long. I prefer it to be slightly too short than too long so we don't get overhang at the bottom of the top. So I'll pop a little bit more off. Just tuck that up there. This tape also makes really great if you're doing a paper or some sort of collage page or tag. Right, so I'm going to put about 2 centimeters on this one side. I'm going to flip it over, press down. Now I'm going to keep fingers on the tag book, pick it up with my other fingers. I'm going to pull as I pull over. And we want to make sure it really gets onto that spine. So now we have a nice green, bright spine instead of the lines of paper that we had before. All righty, we're nearly done, guys. Nearly there. I will add some ribbon to this one to show you how I do it. I'm going to add a double ribbon. So the first thing I do is size it out. I make sure it can fit around the tag book with enough room to tie it up. So again, I'm just going to cut. I don't know why I keep putting my scissors down now. Slightly more, and that way I can trim it up later if I feel like it needs a trim. Before I put any of my covers on, I'm going to stick down my ribbon so they become part of the book. So when I open them, I don't lose the ribbon, they're not going to fall off. So I'm just going to put a row of double-sided tape. Again, you can use sticky glue, whatever's going to work for you. Stick them down. Don't stress too much because we're also going to stick another tag on here as well, which will keep them in even further. So now the ribbon of my tag book is in place. You can also just put ribbon in the punch holes if that's what you want to do. All right, back page. Back in with the double-sided tape. We're going to make sure we hit every edge and just a couple in the middle, especially over the ribbon. And we're going to put the devil on the back. So what I'm going to do, same thing, I'm going to start at one corner. Move over to the other when I'm happy with it. So you can see how these ones are not exactly even. Keep my fingers aligned down the side just so they stay in the spot that I want, and then give it a nice press. Just like that. Hello, cutie. And then rinse and repeat for the front. I could be going overkill on the double-sided tape, but again. All right, so I'll show you sideways. Isn't probably the best way to do it actually is to do it sideways and align one edge before you go down. So we'll go corner to corner, all the way along. Press that, and then press down. And there you go, guys. Tag book, done. Done in, I won't say under an hour. The devil's in the detail, Sharon. Love it. Oh, you're going to have a go. I'm so glad you are. I really hope you do. I really hope you do. Like I said, I love tag books. Now, I didn't completely finish the tags we made today the way I would normally like. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to add some details. I'm going to fix that up because it's falling down. And I'll post them once I've done that. But as promised, give me 2 seconds and let me just go find something to show Wendy. All righty. You're going to enjoy this. This is me being vulnerable with you all. Okay, you ready? This is my very first art journal. Now, as much as I've only been art journaling for the last couple of years, I actually have always been creative. I used to do a lot of collaging when I was a teenager. I've got boxes full of journals that were full of, movie stubs, that kind of journaling. This is my first journal. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Karen. So let me be vulnerable. This is how I started, okay? I also crochet. That's a crocheted alien head. So you can see everybody starts somewhere. There's no such thing as perfect. I don't love these pages, but I don't hate them either because this was my journey, right? This is where my journey started. And then I started watching and then I started learning some new techniques. So it's all about that journey. Whoops. And a lot of help from a good friend in there. It's got a lot of feedback she gave me. Oh, that's majorly stuck together. You can see I'm being a little bit more courageous here with my background and layering it up. So yeah, we all start somewhere. Perfection is a myth. Okay, so keep on keeping on. The last thing I just wanted to show you very quickly before we go, in light of the fact that it is mushroom ATC week, and if you haven't really had a good look in the clearance section, bam, these are currently on clearance. Oh, I'm glad you loved it. Thanks, Marilyn. These are currently on clearance. These are the Sizzix 49er Market collaboration. They are a stamp and die set, and they create beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mushrooms. So if you don't plan on using Nat's ATC cuttables for your mushroom sets, and look at the price, 30% off. It was, I think, 40 something, and now it's only 31. And I've even made some on book paper as well. So please don't forget, when you're looking at all the clearances, today is the absolute last day. Check out all the sales and the clearance as well. Quick reminder, that's what's on sale this weekend. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to leave you to it. I hope you enjoy Sandy's tonight. I hope you've all bought beautiful, wonderful, wonderful things. And please, 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 if you make anything from any of the lives this weekend, please share them in the community Facebook group. And especially if it's a tag book, please tag me in it, because tag me in your tag book, please. I would love to see what you guys have made. Thank you for joining me, and stay courageous, crafters. Bye all.